very strange pages with these weird things happening to people, and there was definitely some sort of horror thing. I thought maybe it was a TV show, and then 2 days later I found out that, you know, they taped the audition. And then 2 days later I found out that Frank Darabont hired me for The Mist. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
All right, sure.
See kids help people, you know, with their bags, walk across the street, and you can be discovered too.
Yeah, you need to hang out by street corners and just wait for people to drop their stuff. And if they don't drop their stuff, hire like 5 friends, dress them as 80s hooligans, and get them to throw people's things down. And then you pick them up.
Okay. Well, you know what? Wait a minute. Battlestar Galactica, Sam.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorite shows, and it blew my mind when I saw you on there. I was so excited.
Yeah, this show. Little do people know, there was a rule on this show: do one as written, do one take as written, and then say whatever you want. So most of what I said in season 1 and part of season 2 was like ad-libbed, and that sort of created that sort of ad-lib thing for me on set.
Now this guy, who plays Force Unleashed, we have Starkiller here.
Yeah, this gentleman was my first taste of being scared to death of what Star Wars fans are going to think of me. I mean, like, you know, like you're going to play a Star Wars protagonist. I mean, you know exactly what this is like, right?
Yes, yes, but you guys love Sam Witwer, right?
What about both, right? I mean, you know, we both went through sort of a similar process at the same time.
Yes.
You were creating Ahsoka Tano, I was creating this guy, and then you have these people, and, you know, no offense, but you guys are pretty discerning fans, and you're not shy about telling us what you think.
I learned never to say Artulia ever again.
Look what you did to her. Look at it. But then, you know, it turned out okay, and they seemed to like us eventually, and it was cool. But it was, you know, it was nerve-wracking.
Yes, yes. And creating a character in the Star Wars universe was few and far between.
Yes.
But then it took you to Smallville, actually.
Yeah, The Mist had come out, and I got a call saying the Smallville producers want to meet with you, and I said, well, why? And then they said, just go. And so I went, and they were talking to me about this character who was a nice guy, but he was a monster, and he didn't want to be. And then they asked me all about Force Unleashed. The rest of the whole interview was all about Force Unleashed, because Force Unleashed had buzz, and Star Wars fans behind it, hadn't come out yet, and they wanted to know all about that. And I dare say it actually helped me get the job, because I went home, and they just kind of hired me. So,
nice. I think you used the Force on that.
Yeah, you do.
Now, different kind of Force here, a vampire. You definitely played one of our favorite vampires at Being Human.
Yeah, this was, as I understand it, I've been told that they were going through hundreds of guys trying to find this role. And the casting director, who was also the casting director for Smallville, she's like, okay, well, we're having trouble finding this role, and it's a good guy, but he's a monster and he doesn't want to be. I think I know the guy who does this. So they got a hold of me and they said, you know, yeah, do the Davis Bloom thing, but make it funnier. Which, you know, Davis Bloom in Smallville wasn't very funny. And this guy needed to be at least laughed at, if not laughed out loud funny. So.
And very, very charming. But this guy is not charming. The son of Mortis, who we were just talking about. And that's actually the first couple episodes you did with us.
Yes.
And this guy actually led you to Darth Maul in
Yeah.
a roundabout way, right?
Well, yeah, because I was working with you guys for the first time. And I was, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. Here you are, you're nailing Ahsoka, and Matt Lanter's awesome, everyone's so great. And here I am, like, not... Dave Filoni just, hi, I'm Dave Filoni, you'll be playing the dark side of the Force, good luck. I'm like,
He's being very humble, but he was incredible in the studio. It was a lot of fun to work together.
But I was, you know, on the first day, thankfully we were doing the first episode the first day, and my character wasn't in it that much. And I said to Dave, I'm like, are we concerned, I hadn't found a voice for the character yet, are we concerned that this character is going to sound too much like Starkiller? And Dave said, well, Starkiller has a connection to the dark side of the Force, and this character is the dark side of the Force, so he can sound a little bit like Starkiller. So then the next day I kind of reasoned, you know, we're back and I have more dialogue, and I thought, well, if he's going to sound a little bit like Starkiller, he should sound, if he's the dark side of the Force, he should sound like all of the Star Wars villains, you know. And I was talking to Dave, I'm like, yeah, I should sound like Dooku and the Emperor and Darth Vader and Darth Maul, and I would do those, dip into different voices as that character. You know, there's one line where the sister character comes in with, I think it's Obi-Wan. I think I'd already turned you to the dark side, right?
Oh, that was fun.
And the line was like, sister, so I see you brought a friend. And I thought, well, you know, if these 3 episodes are about all of the mythology of Star Wars all mixed up in a blender, then let's do a little Vader, a little Emperor. So it's, sister, so I see you brought a friend. You know, just a little bit of the Emperor.
Awesome.
So after I was geeking out that hardcore for Dave Filoni, he said, you know, there might be a role for you in the future. And a year later, he calls me up and he goes, that was, you know, do Darth Maul. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh. Can you give us a Darth Maul line?
Oh, what is a Darth Maul line?
I don't know.
You may have forgotten me, but I will never forget you. Something like
Oh
that.
my gosh, so creepy. Well, Sam, I think you've definitely inspired some young actors out there, and I think we have a couple people that want to be voice actors. So.